Hey guys, I'm here with Thyroid is Murder. So kick this off. Let's talk a little bit about y'all's new album, Dear Desolation. Came out August 18th, I think.
Yep.
And it's kind of a different direction, obviously, for you guys. Not something like the sound has evolved a little bit, that kind of thing. So why don't you guys tell me a little bit about the album, like what went into it, and like how it's been received as far as like since it came out.
Yeah, we kind of tried to do something a bit different compared to the last couple of albums. Felt like Hate and Holy War were quite close stylistically, so I mean it's bound to happen. Eventually you just start trying new things and whatever, so tried to just incorporate a little bit more of an old school kind of metal vibe, riff wise, and slowly bring in different elements, kind of like more drawn out sections, some more melodic parts, kind of stripping it back a little bit too, a little bit more simple in some ways, songwriting wise and like riff wise. So I mean, it just kind of happened naturally anyway. Just we all have our taste in music changes as we get older or whatever, so it's bound to happen.
I think like as far as it being received as well, it's done. We got some figures back from Europe and Australia recently today, and it's like smashed all of our records as far as charting goes as well. Plus, I think it's a record that people that would have maybe heard us before and not given us a chance, and or heard that we're the typical deathcore style of music. I think this is like mold breaking for our style of music, where we're like not just leaving deathcore, but we're growing it. We're building a bigger, more mature, traditional metal sound rather than just sticking to what we know that works for the scene. We're growing as people and as a band, and our fans are seeing that now as well.
One thing I noticed, you brought up Hate and Holy War. The subject matter of y'all's music has seemed to change quite a bit with the new album. I mean, it's the same idea, but it went from a lot of commentary on religion and opinions on that and everything like that. It seems to have taken a more political view with this album.
Yes and no. Like, I think with this record, I think it's important for bands to mix things up a little bit, and you don't want to be singing about the same shit in every record, and I think that's the reason why we did it. And I think with this particular record, the lyrical content is based on things that are real and that are affecting people today, such as like political agendas and the way that people in politics feel that they're doing good, but they're really not. Fire in the Sky touches on the Dakota Access Pipeline as well. So it's talking about real things, social cohesion and the dynamics of the people in this world. And so it's kind of like Andy says a lot, like this is the trilogy record where Hate was just like pissed off and aggressive and super brutal against religion, and Holy War was a little bit more touching on things outside of religion as well as religion, obviously Holy War. And this one we're kind of trying to touch on like real social issues and political issues, and just the way that humans suck a lot. So it's we kind of, this is kind of like an all ball sport record. It's got a bit of football, it's got a bit of soccer, it's got a bit of basketball in it. So we kind of wanted to kind of break our mold and our usual structure of approaching things lyrically as well. And I think this is the reason why the record has done so well.
I mean, Hate, I don't really have much to do with writing the lyrics, but Hate's kind of a little bit more metaphorical and a little bit mythological as well, like talking about, fucking beasts under the earth and whatever else, and Holy War kind of transitioning into real world topics, and like, I think, it's just slowly becoming a little bit more relatable to real life. And like this album, Dear Desolation, even more so than Holy War, has just kind of progressed to the point where bit more direct. It's not too it's straight to the point and singing about stuff that genuinely concerns us and our friends and people we care about. Stuff that should concern everyone.
One thing, it seems like you have a pretty strong opinion on this, CJ. What do you think about the whole that you guys have to fit into the deathcore sound thing? Like, because you guys formed back in what, 2006, right?
Yeah.
And it was a much different music scene back then up until it is now. And now people, there's been a lot of, I don't want to say hate, but a lot of criticism online about people who say that, you know, you are still a deathcore band, or that you should have stayed a deathcore band and not switch your sound or anything. So I was curious as to what your opinion on that is.
I really don't care, to be honest, what these people are saying. It's like, it's our band, it's not their band. If they want to do something, start a band, sacrifice your lives, and maybe if you're lucky enough, you might come, you know, you might do 10% of what we've done with our musical careers. You know, we're just writing music. It's the broader audience that's pigeonholing us. We never, you know, set out to be a deathcore band or a death metal band or a black metal band. We're thy as murder. You can tell, you can put us wherever you want to. It doesn't really affect us. It's, you know, we didn't set out to specifically be in a genre. We wanted to write metal and heavy music that we like, we enjoy. And, you know, I think people's opinions these days is just, it's not really a concern, and I feel that a lot of people, when they take other people's, you know, opinions to heart, or they listen to like the hate, or the people that probably don't leave their homes and have probably never picked up an instrument but yet feel that they have the right to criticize other bands like agendas or the way that they write music. I don't understand why like people care so much about that one dickhead out of the 10,000 awesome fans, you know. So it's, you know, it doesn't matter. We could have written the best record period in the world, pop music, whatever, and there's still going to be people saying, you know, negative things. And if you're concentrating on what this tiny percentage of people are saying or criticizing, it, like, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to be just sitting there worried about the bullshit that people say. So we're writing shit that we want to write, and lucky enough for us, there's hundreds of thousands of people out there in the world that are backing us, and, you know, I don't really care about what the fuck people you know, say about us.
Well, speaking of the album and everything, what kind of examples did you guys take a lot of influence from this album? Because it's a very different sound than y'all's previous albums. It's a much more, you know, traditional death metal sound and everything. So what really influenced that and pushed you guys to make an album that was, like you said, a little bit stripped down and more bare to the bones and traditional, as opposed to, you know, like Holy War and Hate and everything that was...
Well, I think Shawnee's got this question particularly.
I don't think any bands really in particular, but just the idea of doing some more direct, aggressive metal. Like, it's probably not too obvious, but like bands like At the Gates and even like fucking Napalm Death or Morbid Angel or whatever. There's little bits here and there of that. It's like, it's a collection of everything that I have heard, or we have heard, or we've listened to. So I just take little bits and pieces, and there'll be, you know, a section in a song that's inspired by, you know, a Morbid Angel-esque riff or whatever else. But I mean, Behemoth's an obvious influence for us. Decapitated or have always been a massive influence for us, and we're on tour with them right now, which is super cool. I mean, yeah, I can't really name more. And also like hardcore bands, mosh stuff, like, you know, Bury Your Dead and stuff like that. I don't know, we just kind of got a weird taste in heavy music where we listen to it all. We're just trying to make heavy music that we enjoy playing, whatever that is, and, you know, just throw it together and hope whatever comes out is decent.
So one more serious question before we get into some more stupid questions. What was the origin of y'all's band name?
Our old guitarist came up with it. I think at the time, I don't know if he was just trying to sell us on it, but said it was from like a Shakespeare play, like Macbeth or something. I don't know if that's true, but interesting. I think it means, I'm not too sure what it means, but so die, depending on who's saying it and in what context, it means yours or theirs or mine, depending on where it, like what context it in. So it kind of means our art is murder, I guess.
So it's like us as a band or us as humans. You know, you can spin it any way you want.
So like that's an accidental cool meaning. That's one conclusion we've come to after the fact.
And it's tough as fuck.
It's metal. It's pretty heavy.
Cool as fuck, right?
At the time, like the MySpace name was like Die, Devour, like it's just like it was super MySpace. And
So
now, we stuck around for long enough, and MySpace isn't a thing, so we're stuck with it.
MySpace isn't a thing anymore.
It's music now. I'm dead serious. It's all music.
Yeah, didn't Justin Timberlake buy it? And
I think so.
Fuck with it?
Yeah, something like that.
That's cool.
Right. So a little bit more fun questions. Curious, which one of the band members is the most fun to just party and fuck around with?
Sean, for sure, 100%. Like, all the other guys, like, to be honest, like, our partying days as a band, like, as a full unit, we've done the partying days for a number of years, and it shook us up a bit, so I know I've backed off on the partying a lot, which is a good thing for myself and the rest of the band, but, Kevy and Marshy don't really party much. Lee's, like, on it, off it kind of thing. But Sean's just like, it doesn't matter, like, it's never a bad time. Doesn't matter, like, how dark shit gets.
He's got a beer right now.
Yeah, exactly, like.
This is actually, I've been waiting for the weekend to start drinking. I haven't drink all week, so it's Friday.
But yeah, Sean for sure, like, anybody that knows us and has partied with us, friends, fans, and, other guys in bands, like, Sean for sure.
Would you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I figure
He doesn't want to say himself.
I figure that these days won't last forever, so I might as well make the most of it. But you still want to remember everything I don't want it to. Sometimes it has been a bit of a blur in the past, so now, probably trying to take it a little easier.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, one more question. What can I get from both of y'all? What's y'all's own personal craziest tour story you've ever experienced?
Honestly, the stuff, like, when we get these questions, like, to be fair, there's probably about 100, and we can legally not say anything about the best stories.
Wow. One time Lee tried to hotwire a forklift.
That was funny.
We actually Googled.
I've got it on my laptop somewhere as well. That's
hotwire a forklift. We got a screwdriver out and...
Like North Carolina or something, wherever the War Bar is, wherever that is.
I think it is North Carolina. Yeah, it was after we'd been at War Bar. And we didn't end up.
We got the lights on. We didn't get the lights on.
How long did you guys fuck with it?
Like fucking an hour or something. It was pretty outrageous.
Wasn't much to do that night.
And didn't Lee one night got hammered drunk, climbed a crane.
Yeah.
He's so small, he's like spider monkeying his way up.
Yeah, no,
Lee gets pretty loose when he's...
When Lee gets lit up, man, he's like fucking, man, wild shit. But yeah, like we've definitely been known to party pretty hard at times and do some crazy shit, but there was an interesting thing that happened the other night between T-Sap and Lee.
Our mate, photographer, Thomas, I don't know, Lee had his dick out and like he kind of whipped it real close to his mouth. He almost like put it in his mouth. There's like a couple of centimeters in it. And that was pretty funny.
Fucking close, man. It was like hilariously.
We were slowly just like considering starting to have sex with each other.
It's like
more and more we tour, like
it's almost like the Beatles, because the Beatles have done everything, and then they got to a point where they were sick of like banging out like hundreds of girls a week, and then it's like,
don't do that,
we might as well just bang each other then. Like we talk about it in the funniest way possible, but obviously it's not going to fucking happen. But it's just
you'd be surprised.
We're just fucking outrageous humans.
Alright, well, I guess I'll end it with one last question.
Yeah, don't end it on that last.
Yeah.
Don't end it there.
One last serious question. So, 2015, CJ, you ended up having to leave the band for a little while and everything, and you obviously came back, you know, deathcore Jesus, all that good stuff. My question is, what is your advice to the people that are in a situation similar to what you were, people who are talented musicians, they're in bands that aren't maybe huge, but they really have a passion for performing, but they can't afford it. Like, what's your advice to those people?
It's hard. Like it wasn't just money for me as well. Like I had a pretty full-on drug addiction, and I just made really bad choices, and I wasn't like mentally stable, so it was affecting me in a really negative way. But it was also like trickling down onto the band and making them affect in a negative way because of my decisions and my actions. So it's something that like people need to take the time out, and like I feel it's like rebuilding personally, like looking at the problems that you have and being strong enough and a man enough to realize the issues and the problems that you have, rather than just like trying to brush it aside. Brush it aside, and you know, just trying to like, everything will work out, because it won't. Like it's, you know, especially being a man, you know, you have to realize the things that you're doing wrong, and keep sneezing. Being caught in the rain, getting coffee wasn't a good idea this morning. But yeah, you know, I think you know, for me, if I didn't make that hard decision, and it's funny because I don't regret it. You know, I needed to do that, because if I didn't do that, some really bad things could have happened. Like I could have fucking OD'd, I could have killed myself, could have done anything. You know, my mental stability was really weak, and it was important for me as a man, for my family, my wife, my band, my friends, my fans, to take some time out for me and, you know, reassess my life choices and to rebuild myself to become better for everybody in my life. So I think it was extremely important. So I think people need to, you know, just be always cautious of the decisions that they're making. And it's not even just a dude in a band thing, it's like just in general, people, you know, need to watch out and focus on things a little bit more. Yeah.
Alright, well, this has been Bloodrock Media with Thyroid is Murder. Thanks for watching.
Peace.